This is a 2023 Cadillac Escalade ESV 4-wheel drive Sport Platinum. And in case you're wondering what ESV stands for, it means it's the extended special vehicle maybe, but it is extended because now this Escalade is the same size as a Chevy Suburban or a GMC Yukon XL. The result is a vehicle that's 5.7 meters long and 2.7 tons heavy. That's like 6,000 pounds. This is a big truck, but it also has some big talents. There are very few vehicles on the market with the imposing looks of the Escalade, which especially in this blacked out ESV configuration looks scarier than ever. I mean, let's be realistic here. For the week that I've been driving this thing, people let me in, like when I'm trying to change lanes. They give me the right of way when, the priorities are equal. It's just like, I even caught them looking at the car with the side of their eyes. They don't even dare stare right at it. 99% of the time, people know that something or someone is in here that they don't want to mess with. Facts. You get a wonderful 6.2 liter V8 engine under the hood, a 10-speed automatic transmission. It makes 420 horsepower and 460 pound-feet of torque, and it also has a 2-speed transfer case for difficult situations. 0 to 100 kilometers an hour comes in 7.6 seconds, so this villa is not slow. The 10-speed automatic does shift a little bit more than necessary, like more frequently. It's not the smoothest, especially off the line. Sometimes it really feels like there's a lot of gear slipping, but it's not really that, but it's just an unnecessary activity happening. However, it does help with fuel economy. Now here's the interesting thing. According to the vehicle's trip computer, I've been averaging 14.6 liters per 100 kilometers. It's a little bit better than 15 mpg. However, when I went to the pump and refilled after driving like 470 somewhat kilometers, I did the math, and based on the math, I was using about 17.6 liters per 100 kilometers, which is like this much in mpg. So somebody's lying here. Nevertheless, the highlights of this vehicle are absolutely two things. The interior, that is the quality and features, including space, and of course the ride quality. Driving this thing is completely comfort-oriented. There's no need to talk about handling stuff. I mean, it is completely fine for something this big and that heavy, but you just need to take it easy. If you start driving this thing aggressively, well, you will need to manage all this and weight. It is equipped with the latest generation Super Cruise from GM, which drives by itself on pre-approved stretches of highway. If you approach a slower car from behind, and hopefully you're not already in the left lane, well, it will change lanes to the left, pass the car in front of you, and then tuck in back to the right, which is exactly what all the stupid Torontonians need to do because they all haul the left lane, so this one might actually improve traffic on the roads. Mind you, if you're not paying attention, there's sensors over here on the steering wheel and right there, and the system will start flashing, and if you are still not paying attention, it will turn off. So there's no falling asleep while on Super Cruise. The air suspension allows you to lower it for underground parking clearance or to raise it through rougher terrain, but most importantly, it makes the ride an absolute dream. It is so refined and comfortable over road imperfections. At times you forget that you're in a car and you could believe you're on a plane. It is one of the best suspensions, comfort-wise, I have ever experienced. The interior quality is fantastic. There's very little to nag about, but so much to appreciate, like the absence of piano black. Look here, this is actually metallic black. It's so cool. The rest of the materials are so nice. I love the leather everywhere and the wood. It's so beautiful. The fit and finish is great. The seats have a massage. They're superbly comfortable. They're also heated and ventilated. The steering wheel also gets toasty. The second row of captain chairs are also heated and very adjustable. The third row in the far back doesn't get any of the climate features, but you do get a USB port, you get cup holders, and most importantly, incredible space. The legroom even in the far back is fantastic, so is headroom, and the width is enough for 3 adults, making this thing a true 7-seater. Best of all is that with all seats up, you still have a massive trunk, which is the main advantage of this ESV version over the regular non-ESV. The middle row gets entertainment screens, and thanks to the car being equipped with 4G LTE, Well, you can just connect the Fire Stick to the hotspot and to the HDMI port, and then you can watch all your shows through the wireless supplied AKG headphones, or you can even play whatever you're watching through the insanely loud AKG sound system, which has a subwoofer that kills. The driver also gets excellent cameras, a very fancy instrument cluster with augmented reality being one of the display modes. All the screens in front of you are OLED and the graphics are super sharp. The infotainment is very easy to use. It supports wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Everything here is completely up to date. The rear view mirror can also be switched to a digital display. The only thing missing from this car seems to be the night vision mode, which I absolutely love because it has this thermal stuff. You can click up there to watch the review we did for the diesel Escalade, and that one had that, so you can see it over there. Also, look at this amazing sunroof. It's so big and nice, and the headliner is suede. I just love suede headliners. Before I go, I really need to leave you with the overall sentiment of having one of these. I really don't care that it's a bit bulky or thirsty. I would use one of these daily if I could. It's just such a joy to spend time in one of these. I mean, even in traffic, when you're stuck in traffic, like this thing is just such a joy to be inside that you don't really care. It's the nicest vehicle, and that includes like a Mercedes S-Class and Maybachs and stuff like that. This is so comfortable. It's not as quiet as those other cars. It is very quiet, but not as quiet as, let's say, an S-Class. But still, like, I love going places in this thing. I didn't mind driving a lot of extra trips this week. I didn't care. My wife was like, oh, go get me this. I'm like, no problem. Like, I wanted to go everywhere in this Escalade this week because I absolutely love it. And you know what? My kids also loved it because of the screens mainly. But hey, this is a fantastic vehicle. I even put 7 big adults inside and took them somewhere. Everybody was happy and impressed. This is one hell of a vehicle. Competition is, of course, the Land Rover Defender 130 from Europe. Then you have all the other 2 trucks from GM. So the Suburban and the Yukon XL, or the shorter versions was the Tahoe and the Yukon. You have stuff like the Grand Wagoneer from Mopar. That's also a very good, very, very good SUV. You have the X7 from BMW, the GLS from Mercedes. But honestly, from all those trucks, I would probably go with one of the GM ones. The Escalade is the fanciest one, but even like a Yukon XL Denali, mwah. The air suspension on these things, the GM trucks, is much better than anything else out there. Only BMW, Audi, and Porsche have air suspension that is as good as this. As funny as that sounds. Anyway, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed driving this truck. Overall score, of course, is 9.5 out of 10 because this thing is PIMP. Till next time, be well, subscribe, leave us a comment, press like, do whatever. Be well. Bye-bye.
Perfect. Perfect.